Stress. Even the word can stress people out. But did you know that stress is a normal part of everyday life? In fact, some stress can be really helpful. When we feel the right amount of stress, we can feel more alert, energized, and often motivated to get some things done. Think about a runner getting ready for a race. If she has some stress, it may help her run faster and stronger. Or how about studying? When we know we have a test coming up and we want to do well, we are more likely to sit down and study so that we can get a good grade. But there is another side to stress. When stress is too big and we can't control it, it becomes toxic. Too much stress makes people unhappy, tired, and unable to do the things they really like to do. Not only that, but too much stress can make us sick and lead to things such as frequent colds and a weakened immune system, aches and pains, migraines, and even an increased risk for chronic disease. These days, people are more stressed than ever, and it's not just adults. Kids have stress too. It's estimated that stress has increased by 45% in children over the last 30 years. For children, what makes stress tolerable instead of toxic is the involvement of a supportive parent to help them learn how to deal with stress. For that reason, it's important to understand stress and how to deal with it. So what is stress? Stress usually starts off as a feeling or a reaction. Stress is the body's way of waking us up and saying, hey, something's going on, and maybe you should do something about it. When the stress system is working properly, it wakes us up and gets us ready to take action. The problem is, sometimes the stress system goes off, but it really is just a false alarm, and we're not actually in danger. If this happens a lot, then stress can build up and never be released. Because everyone is different, stress feels different for everybody. It may feel like butterflies in your stomach, racing heartbeat, having a hard time concentrating, feeling dizzy or nauseous, getting a headache, and even shaking or trembling. Oftentimes, people think that stress is just in their heads, but really our whole body is affected by stress. When we are in a stressful situation, the hypothalamus, which is a small part of the brain, sets off that alarm system that we talked about before. When this happens, a series of chemicals gets released, which in turn cues the adrenal glands, which are located at the top of your kidneys, to release hormones called adrenaline and cortisol. Adrenaline does several things, including increasing heart rate, decreasing blood pressure, and boosting energy supplies for quick action. Cortisol, the other hormone, is sometimes called the stress hormone and is responsible for increasing sugars in our blood. This response is often called the fight or flight. The stress response is really helpful in critical situations. For example, when we're in the car and we need to slam on the brakes, or when there's a ball being thrown fast at us and we need to jump out of the way. However, the stress response doesn't always reset back to normal after a stressful event. And if this keeps happening, we constantly feel wound up and on edge. The great news is that we can have a lot of control over our stress level, and we can learn ways to switch from the stress response to the relaxation response. Some ways we can do this are listening to happy music, doing a physical activity such as yoga or running, talking to a friend or a loved one and solving the problem, laughing, asking for help when we need it. One of the best ways to bust stress and kick in the relaxation response is something we like to call 3, 2, 1, breathe. Let's try it out. So guys, we're going to try something called deep breathing or belly breathing. Can someone show me how people breathe when they're really stressed? Yeah, that's exactly right. We usually take short, quick breaths. When we do this, we don't get enough oxygen. And believe it or not, this can make us more stressed out. By doing belly breathing, sometimes called diaphragmatic breathing, we're able to get more oxygen, which helps kick in that relaxation response. So I want you to get comfy in your chairs, and you can also lie on the floor if you like. It's also great to try when you are lying in your bed. Okay, so what I want you to do is put your hands on your belly, there we go, and close your eyes. And I want you to imagine that right at the base of your belly, there's a balloon that has no air in it. It's flat. And your job is, when you breathe in, you're going to blow that balloon up. And when you breathe out, the balloon's going to deflate and go flat again. So let's try it, okay? So breathe in, blow that balloon up. 1, 2, 3. Breathe out. 3, 2, 1. Let's try that again. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Blow that balloon up. Breathe out. 3, 2, 1. One more time. Breathe in and feel the belly rise. 1, 2, 3. Breathe out and feel the balloon go flat. 3, 2, 1. Now that you're relaxed with your eyes closed, we're going to spend a minute imagining you're in your favorite place. You may imagine being by the ocean, sitting on the rocks, or walking in the forest, or even being in your own house in your favorite room. I want you to pay attention to what you can see. What colors do you notice? What are the shapes and objects you see around you? Next, pay attention to what you feel. It may be the sun on your face or a breeze blowing your hair. Next, pay attention to what you can smell. It could be the fresh salt air, or maybe the scent of trees and flowers. Next, pay attention to what you hear. It may be the rolling of the waves, a bird chirping, or just the beautiful sound of silence. Spend some time in your mind just enjoying this place, feeling totally relaxed and at peace. Don't forget to keep belly breathing. When you are ready, open your eyes.